Have you ever felt stuck? Maybe limited, feeling like your life can be better? I'm sure you didn't plan it this way. No one comes to this world wanting to feel stuck. No one is planned to be subpar, substandard. We don't come to this world limited. In fact, it's the exact opposite. We come to this world with limitless potential. But somewhere along the way, sometime in our past, things happened that shifted this limitlessness. And a major thing that shifts limitlessness is the suffering inside. Suffering from old wounds and pains, challenges we face, past and present, that impact us enough to start affecting our capabilities. Suffering, when you hear this word, sounds so heavy, so deep. Of course, it comes in many forms and depth. There is suffering from traumatic events, deep trauma, from abuse, violence, neglect. But there are also the subtle forms of suffering, suffering from lack of self-confidence. Maybe your parents were very critical. Maybe you were bullied. Maybe you had a learning disability growing up. Maybe someone you loved deeply left you. And so this weighed heavily on your confidence, preventing you time and time again from seizing certain life-changing opportunities that came your way, hindered you from letting your best self out. And regardless of depth and form, what's common to suffering is its effect on our capabilities, as I've mentioned earlier. The capability to love, to perform well at work, or to handle our businesses, to be a calm parent, to be creative. It affects our capability to form meaningful relationships with those around us, the capability to take care of ourselves, our health. It affects our capability to live purposefully, find meaning, and a deep sense of fulfillment in life. Suffering has these effects. If it's there, it'll be evident across the board. And many of us go through life suffering but are not aware of it. Maybe because we've built such solid defense mechanisms, conveniently forgetting things, having this selective amnesia. Some of us cope by perfectionism, others by numbness, maybe easing the pain with substances or diversions. And others still have this strong urgency to seek control. We shove this suffering very deep, under layers and layers of defenses, not realizing that even if we think we've done such a great job with covering this up, this suffering surfaces every day in our interactions. It dictates our actions, our reactions, our ruminations. These are things that keep us awake in bed certain nights, just playing itself over and over, like an unwelcome broken record. It's like an unseen force running our lives, creating our patterns of behavior, writing our programming, and we wonder, how come I always freeze? Why do I have such low self-esteem? Why can't I seem to control my emotions? Why am I angry, irritable all the time? Why am I procrastinating, always putting things off? Why do I run away? Why can't I be calm? And we can't seem to find the answer because we've done such a great job of burying this obvious reason for our questions way, way deep down. We've conveniently forgotten about the hurts and pains, the wounds and the suffering that is the root cause of why we cannot seem to manifest what our mind wants. So if you feel you aren't thriving in the way you should, if you feel honestly deep down that there is a much better version of life waiting for you, that you deserve better, or you really want to change how things are going on in your life but cannot seem to figure out why you keep reverting to a certain pattern of doing things, feeling things, and viewing things, then it's helpful to ask, what's beneath? What's driving this? You've got to get to the source of what's keeping you back, and only then can you really be free from this heavy weight that's pulling you down each time, affecting the decisions you make, the relationships you have, affecting your well-being. And remember that suffering does not have to be of a major scale. It's your perception of what's hurtful that dictates if you will be weighed down by a circumstance in your life or not. The first step in healing is awareness. The first step in thriving is awareness of what's keeping you from thriving. And then there is the actual healing process. Can you heal? Yes, you can. Even if a wound is so deep, even if your suffering is quite heavy, massive, yes, you can. As many people who have suffered much before you have proven, including me. There is a way to free yourself from this heavy weight of suffering. of old wounds and pains that are keeping you from thriving, creating these patterns, creating this programming that dictates your daily actions and reactions, that is keeping you from living a life you love. Below is a link to an audio guide, which is part of the Pathway to Healing program that I developed to help people who are being held back by suffering to thrive in their journey of healing. I hope that it can help provide a shift in perspective, maybe even provide a moment of reprieve from your burden. Love and light to you.